morning, everyone.
我在此喺度聲同我一齊恭祝大家父親節快樂。
On behalf of Jensen and myself, I'd like to congratulate everyone Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
我運用嗰個詩篇20篇第3篇，恭祝各位在座尤其係父親，心想事成。
I use the scripture from the Bible, taken from the Psalm, is that God will give you the desire of your heart.
保羅喺哥羅西書佢話喺1章20節佢話，願我哋在座尤其係父親咧，就喺善事上結果子。
And Apostle Paul recorded in the book of Colossians, chapter 1, verse 10, it says that we, being children of God, we are bearing fruit in every good work.
我喺呢度咧，就今日想同大家分享下呢個除去我哋世代嘅罪。
Today I want to share with you about breaking the generational sin.
當然你聽到呢個題目嘅時，你梗係話係原罪，係呢個亞當同夏娃帶落嚟嘅罪。
Perhaps when you look at the topic, the title, you would think that, oh, this is the original sin. This is the sin from Adam and Eve.
咁咩叫世代嘅罪
What exactly is generational sin?
我哋頭先讀過呢啲幾節聖經，就話我哋唔順從神嘅命令，唔去信主喺現代嚟講。
We have read the scripture. It talks about that we do not keep God's commandment. We do not believe in Him.
拜偶像
Worship idols.
而家嚟講，我哋唔順從神嘅旨意。
And nowadays we talk about if we do not follow God's will. 因此呢啲世代嘅罪咧，唔係我哋嚟到會傳染到，係話我哋有呢個傾向嚟到犯好多樣罪。It is not like that we will actually be infected by these sins, but it will somehow these tendency will drive us to do certain things. 我哋嘅思維，我哋嘅行為嘅樣式，全部係罪嘅嗰種樣式同埋思維。And our behavior patterns and also our way of thinking, a lot of time it is filled with sinfulness. 咁我哋最近咧，我睇到喺網上咧，好多人喺度注意有兩個人物喺美國嘅殖民地嘅時候。And lately I look at the internet and it seems like that there are people are focusing on two individuals during the time of the colonial America. 第一個咧就係我翻譯嘅呢個英文名馬克思朱克斯嘅叫做。The first is called Max Jukes. 呢個人咧佢喺1720年出世嘅。He was born in 1720. 佢咧就唔主張咧去教會。He said that he doesn't believe in going to church. 唔需要神，雖然佢話有神，知道神，佢話佢唔需要神。He said that, oh, I know that there is a God, but then I don't need God. 而且咧，佢話佢唔要遵行教會所教導嘅生活方式。And he doesn't believe that the teaching from the church. He does not follow the teaching of the church. 咁好多人咧追住呢個人咧，一直嚟到睇佢嘅下一代點樣，一直到1900年，即係20世紀初嘅時候。And a lot of people and look at how his descendants had become after the time of about the beginning of 20th century. 咁啊，佢大約有1200個下代啦。He approximately he has about 1,200 descendants. 咁咧佢又結婚又結同一個女士結婚咧，又係一樣唔同，佢唔贊成去教會。He married a girl who also believed that she doesn't believe in going to church. 好啦，你1200個後一對中咧，佢有記載咧就係有100個人咧，佢係坐監，平均係13年坐監嘅。And among the 1,200 more descendants, 100 of them end up serving in prison for an average terms of 13 years. 咁咧佢有7個咧係謀殺嘅。7 of them were murderers. 咁就150個人咧，190個人咧，佢係女人咧係一個職業性嘅妓女。And 190 of them are women prostitutes. 跟住落嚟130人咧。做咗第二啲嘅犯罪嘅。130 of them were other convicts. 好啦，咁啊310人都好窮苦嘅。And 310 of them were paupers. 68個人咧係飲酒嘅。 68 of them were alcoholics.
咁佢咧有300嘅咧早就死，未到應死嘅時候佢死咗。
And 300 of them died prematurely.
咁呢個紐約嘅市為佢花咗120萬嘅救濟金。
And the state of New York has spent over 1.2 million to this family.
呢啲數字係我睇咗落嚟係最保守。
And these numbers are actually the conservative number.
咁有人話400幾人咧係坐監啊，有成100幾人係做流殺嘅都有。咁呢個係最保守嘅。
Some have mentioned that 400 of them actually went to prison, but these are the more conservative numbers.
咁跟住落第二個人咧，就係個個都識㗎啦，喬納森愛斯華。
The second one is Jonathan Edwards.
咁呢個愛斯華呢個人係好偉大喺嗰個殖民地嘅時候係好偉大嘅基督徒。
And he's a great Christian during the time of the colonial America.
佢咧係主張一定要行教會所教導嘅嗰個生活方式。
He was adamant about insisting to live a life that was taught by the church.
結咗婚，佢個太太又係咁。
And his wife believed the same way.
咁佢咧就係喺嗰個殖民地嘅時候咧，佢成為18世紀嘅神學家之一。
And he was one of the theologians during the 18th century.
佢係發起美國嘅第一次嘅大醒悟嘅一個運動。
He was the first, one of the key person that had came up with the first great American awakening in America.
個人好聰明。
He's very intelligent.
13歲就入咗耶魯大學。
13 years old, he entered Yale University.
17歲畢業係榮譽嘅畢業，而且學校請佢喺畢業嘅時候講嘢。
He graduated at the age of 17, and he was the valedictorian.
跟住落嚟咧，佢咧就睇下佢一共有將近1000人以上嘅嗰個下一代點樣記錄法咧？
And let's look at his descendants. He has about 1,000 of them.
咁跟住嚟300嘅人咧，從事神嘅全職嘅侍奉。
300 of them went to full-time ministry.
65人咧係做咗大學嘅教授。
65 of them became university professors.
13個人咧做咗大學嘅教授。
13 of them became university presidents.
75個人咧係一個好出名嘅作家。
And 75 of them were well-known authors.
7個人咧去咗國會議員。
And 7 of them went and served in Congress.
甚至有一個做咗副總統。
One became the vice president of the United States.
咁呢個紐約州呢度就冇花過咩錢喺佢國家度冇花錢。
The state of New York didn't spend much money on this family.
咁佢而且咧對教會咧同埋社會好大嘅幫助。
Actually, this family contributed a lot to the churches and society.
嗱，我哋睇下呢個聖經記載一個好出名嘅人亞伯拉罕。
And let's look at the very famous person, Abraham.
12章講到亞伯拉罕落到去埃及個法老王佢嘅老婆係佢個妹。
And book of Genesis, chapter 12, it talks about that Abraham went to Egypt and he was lying to Pharaoh that his wife Sarah was actually his sister.
跟住佢嘅仔以撒又係咁樣啦，嗰個拉基爾話佢個老婆係佢個妹。
And Isaac also repeat what Abraham did, and he lied to Gera that his wife Rebecca was his sister.
跟住落去佢嘅孫咧，雅各咧，佢嘅侄佢佢佢嘅父親話佢係佢大仔。
And Jacob actually lied to his father Isaac that he himself was the oldest son.
跟住落去仲有第4代咧，約瑟佢嘅幾個哥哥咧就賣咗佢，翻嚟佢老豆話佢約瑟俾個野獸咬死咗。
And Joseph's brother, they sold Joseph to other people, and then they were lying to their father that Joseph were killed by animals.
嗱，我哋睇到老豆唔會教個仔點呃人嘅，就一代咁樣傳落嚟。
we saw that the father actually never taught the sons to lie, but then we realized that they are lying on their own.
雖然我哋係信咗主，
Even though that we believe in the Lord,
但係我哋嘅生命冇耶穌喺裏邊發出我哋嘅行為出嚟。
if our lives does not reflect Jesus in our lives,
所以我哋要小心，我哋做父親嘅真係要喺神嘅裏邊行出佢嘅行為出嚟，係心意更深嘅去做。
and so being fathers, we need to be very careful and to digest the Word of God and to live out the life of Christ.
我喺呢度咧，同大家分享有4點，我哋做基督徒嘅父親咧，應該係點樣做嚟到將我哋嘅生命影響我哋下一代。
And today I'd like to share with you 4 different points and how we as believers should live to influence our next generations.
以西記書18章第20章講到咧，就係話我哋每個人要負責我哋每日嘅罪。
Ezekiel talked about that every one of us is accountable of our own sins.
父親嘅罪唔會連累到我哋嘅兒女。
And the father's sin will not impact the life of the sons or daughters.
兒子嘅罪又唔會連累到我哋嘅父親。
And the sins of the sons and daughters will not affect the life of the father.
我哋自己要負責我哋嘅罪。
We need to be accountable to our own sins.
但係我哋做父親嘅一定係有影響嘅角色。
But being a father, we have the responsibility of influencing our next generations.
咁我哋做父親嘅一定要喺屋企裏邊，第一，我哋有父親喺屋企裏邊嘅宣言。
First is that a father needs to have a declaration at home.
第一就係好似約書亞喺24章15節嗰度話：我與我的家，我們必定要侍奉神。
Just like in the book of Joshua, chapter 24, verse 15, it says, Joshua says that, but as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord.
咁點樣去侍奉神呢？
How do we serve the Lord?
好似我哋今日主日學嘅老師教我哋，屋企就係我哋敬拜嘅地方。
Just like the Sunday school teacher has taught us today that our home is the place of worship.
我哋要敬拜佢，
We need to worship God.
唔係敬拜第啲神。
We are not worshiping other idols.
第二，我哋嘅家庭咧，要去讚美，成日都要讚美神。
Our family needs to praise God continually.
詩篇119篇164節，佢話我哋一日要7次嘅讚美神。
In Psalm 119:164, it says that 7 times a day I praise you for your righteousness.
7次即係全日啦，係嘛？
7 times is like all day.
所以我哋要讚美佢，我哋唔好讚美人，我哋將一切嘅榮耀交俾神。
So we need to praise Him and praise Him only.
而且我哋最近主日學教導話，我哋要為全世界人祈禱。
And lately, Sunday school has taught us that we need to pray for everyone in the world.
我哋有為香港人祈禱咯，最近我哋喺祈禱會嘅時候。
We pray for the people in Hong Kong.
咁啊，父親喺屋企咧，一定要教導我哋嘅下一代尊敬孝順父母。
And the fathers at home need to teach the next generations that we need to obey and honor our parents.
唔係為我哋父親有咩好，
It's not that the father is any good.
係因為為咗個仔佢以後能夠達到取到神嘅應許。
It's so that the descendant will be able to claim God's promises.
第一，佢話個仔會喺生活中有福氣。
Because God has promised that the descendant will actually be blessed
長命。
and they will live a long life.
跟住咧，佢特別咧就講到父親要養育我哋嘅仔，佢冇話母親，佢話父親。
It talks about specifically that the father needs to bring up his children.
從舊約一直到新約都係叫父親嚟養育。
And from the Old Testament to the New Testament, it talks about the father is the one who is bringing up the children.
母親係佢天生就係養育㗎啦，唔需要講。
No need to mention to the mother because that's their natural instinct.
咁呢個以弗所書6章4節講得好清楚，作父親嘅唔好讓兒女嘅生氣，而且要教育佢哋。
In Ephesians chapter 6 verse 4 it says, Father, do not exasperate your children, instead bring them up in the training and instructions of the Lord.
而且個父親要去執行紀律，要揾杖嚟到打佢。
And the father is to discipline his children.
但當然啦，聖經係贊同呢個睇法嘅。
Bible actually agree that we need to use the rod sometimes.
不過父親要小心，你當你生氣嘅時候，你千萬冇咁做。
But the father have to be careful that you do not carry out the punishment when you are angry.
箴言書23章14節都話：如果你唔做諗到咧，個仔會落地獄。
In Proverbs 23 verse 14 it says that you need to punish them with the rod and save them from death.
呢個就係我哋父親喺家庭裏邊嘅宣言。
This is the declarations of fathers at home.
第二咧，我哋父親咧要幫助我哋嘅仔女。
The second point is that the father needs to help his children
嚟到結好嘅果子。
to bear fruit.
咁啊，果子唔係你做出嚟嘅，係生出嚟。
Fruits are not something that you made up, it's something that grow out from you.
聖經教導我哋喺詩篇1章3篇同埋耶利米書17章第8節，佢話我哋要將呢棵樹種喺溪嘅旁邊。
The Bible taught us in Psalm and Jeremiah that there's this tree that planted next to the streams.
因為呢啲樹啊可以吸收啲水，
Because the tree can actually draw the water from the stream.
所以呢啲樹咧到時到後會結好嘅果子。
So when the time comes, the tree will bear fruit.
好嘅樹唔會結壞果子，
Good tree will not bear bad fruit,
壞嘅樹就唔會結好嘅果子。
and bad tree will not bear good fruit.
水係咩意思咧？
What does water signify?
以弗所書5章26節，水就係神嘅話。
Ephesians 5:26 talks about the water being the word of God.
用神嘅話去教導我哋嘅兒女，唔會有錯。
And if we teach our children with the word of God, there's nothing wrong with that.
在座好多父親查實佢哋嘅仔女啊、孫啊，個學問都高過佢哋。
And I know that most likely your descendants will have a higher degree than you.
但係神嘅話咧，教導冇分咩教育高低。
But when we're talking about the word of God, it's not talking about our secular educational background.
咁我查聖經咧，一共有8個果子，我哋可以睇下你嘅仔應該係咩種邊種嘅果子。
And look at the Bible. There's 8 different fruits in the Bible. Let's take a look at them one by one.
佢係傳福音嘅果子，
It's the fruits of evangelism.
好似威廉嘅仔去到印度傳福音，佢係有呢種果子。
And just like William's son went to India to share the gospel.
佢喺成聖嘅道路上生活出嚟，新意更新嗰種樣式。
And it's fruit of sanctification. And this is the way that we as believers ought to live.
跟住落去咧，我哋有樂意奉獻嘅果子。
And this is fruit of giving.
奉獻我哋係我哋基督徒嘅回應，唔係我哋基督徒嘅責任。
Giving is actually a response for us believers. It's not a responsibility.
係我哋樂意嘅回應。
It's a cheerful way of responding God's love.
回應神嘅愛。
Responding to His love.
咁所以我哋奉獻嘅時候，唔可好似耶弗他式的奉獻。
When we offer, do not be like Joseph.
佢係一個慈師嘅，佢話我打勝仗啦，我翻到去咧，見到第一個人出嚟，我將佢奉獻俾你。
Oh, he's the one that he want to offer whoever is going to be the first person that walk out and offer to God.
記載喺士師記第9章。
It's recorded in the book of Judges, chapter 9.
點知佢翻出打勝仗翻去，佢個女走出嚟。
So it so happened that after they won the battle, his daughter came out.
雖然佢將佢個女奉獻咗俾神，但係神唔明得。
Even though that he offered his daughter to God, but God cannot use it. 因
為神吩咐奉獻呢個燔祭啊，一定係公嘅牛。
Because God has said that the sacrifice for the burnt offering needs to be male.
所以我哋嘅奉獻係真誠嘅、樂意嘅要奉獻。
So our offering needs to come from our heart. It needs to be cheerful.
咁凡事我哋所做，父親所做嘅都係討神嘅喜悅。
everything that we do, we seek the pleasure of God.
咁我哋做父親咧又要點咧？睇下嗰啲仔係咪時常係讚美神，將神嘅榮譽交翻俾神。
And when we're being fathers, we always look at and see if the son offer their honor and thanksgiving to God.
跟住落嚟，我哋睇到第六咧，就係話聖靈嘅果子係佢有愛嘅果子出嚟。
And the next one is the fruit of love, the fruit of the Spirit.
表現咗個9個唔同嘅嗰種品行。
It manifested 9 different aspects of the Holy Spirit.
仲有咧，我哋係聖靈感動，佢能夠喺神嘅面前真係屬於神，救贖咗佢嘅咁一個果子。
And the other one is the fruit of being able to understand that they are actually saved and delivered by the Holy Spirit.
我哋教會有位姊妹，大家都識嘅，叫做李偉文姊妹啊。
Oh, we all know Sarah.
呢個講 Sarah，佢就好關心我哋嘅救贖救恩問題。
She really concerned about everyone's salvation.
你係咪真係信得主？
Are you truly a believer?
你係咪真係誠懺悔你嘅罪？
Have you truly repented?
你係咪真係過咗誠聖嘅道路嘅生活上？
Are you living a sanctified life?
你有冇即係救恩嘅喜樂？
Do you have the joy of salvation?
你大家要去注意下，同你嘅主日學執事長傾下。
You can talk about this with your Sunday school teacher or elders.
咁最後咧就係話我哋嘅侍奉嘅果子。
And the next one is the fruit of serving.
呢個我喺心中最崇拜嘅一個服侍嘅果子，睇到就係佢啦。
Why someone that I observed a long time is Bernard.
咁首先我哋喺屋企要做好個宣言，我哋係敬畏耶和華嘅。
First, we have to make a declaration at home that we honor God.
第二，我哋就要喺屋企裏面注意我哋兒女喺呢個樹上，呢個樹代表我哋嘅父親嘅教養係咪真係結出好嘅果子出嚟？
And next, we need to look and see if the tree actually bear good fruits.
第三個父親要喺侍奉嗰度忠心嘅做榜樣。
The third is that a father needs to set a role model to serve the Lord faithfully.
馬太福音6章33節，佢話我哋要先求神嘅國同埋其他啲嘢。
Matthew 6:33 says that seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you as well.
唔係去祈禱求，係我哋嘅行為上嘅去求。
Not just praying by your mouth, but pray by your action.
我特別介紹兩個佈道家，佢就喺呢度咧就俾咗我哋做個榜樣。
I want to introduce 2 evangelists, and they have set a role model to us.
咁第一個咧就係郭培理佈道家。
The first one is Reverend Billy Graham.
第二個咧就係 Nick 佈道家，嗰個字直啲讀。
Next one is Nick Wojcik.
呢兩個佈道家真係先求神嘅國同埋佢嘅義。
These 2 evangelists, they really first seek the God's kingdom and His righteousness.
有人喺華盛頓郵報嗰度寫佢一篇嘅呢個家庭嘅嘢，佢話呢個家庭係冇父親嘅家庭。
And in Washington Post, there was an article that talked about this family is fatherless.
呢個郭培理咧喺大學度物識咗呢個Ruth Bell 呢個係中國出生嘅一個醫生，報道醫生嘅女。
Billy Graham actually met his wife in college, but she was born in China to a Western doctor.
佢咁呢個 Ruth Bell 咧，佢就係有個意志咧，就係一定要翻中國去宣道。
Ruth Bell, actually, she wanted to go back to China to spread the gospel.
但佢物識咗呢個郭培理嘅時候，佢哋兩個傾嘅時候咧，郭培理話唔係，我嘅意願咧就喺美國同埋跟住落，因為我美國係我家，我哋全世界都嚟宣道。
But Billy Graham himself has a different idea. He thinks that he needs to start from the United States because that's his hometown.
咁兩個人嘅意見就唔同啦。
So different ideas.
咁到佢哋要講到結婚嘅時候咧，呢個 Ruth Bell 咧認真喺神嘅面前禱 告究竟點。
And when it's time to talk about marriage, Ruth Bell prayed to God, what do I need to do?
如果我真係要嫁俾佢，我應該點做？
If I truly want to marry Billy Graham, what should I do?
我要翻中國㗎嘛，佢話。
I wanted to go back to China.
但係最終佢都係話佢跟住佢老公，如果我嫁俾你，我就跟住你喺美國。
So she decided that if she married to Billy, and she is going to follow him.
郭培理咧為咗神嘅報導犧牲佢嘅家庭。
Billy Graham had made a lot of sacrifice to his family because of serving God.
有一次佢嘅太太咧帶咗佢嘅第二個女咧去報導場去揾探佢。
There was a time when Ruth brought their second daughter to a place where Billy Graham was evangelizing.
郭培理牧師問呢個太太佢呢個女仔係邊個嚟
？Billy Graham was asking, "Who is this girl?"
仲有一次咧，佢翻去休假，好短嘅時間休假，翻去佢個仔坐喺門口度問佢嘅爸爸究竟你係邊個
？One time, his son, when Billy came back home, and one of the son was asking Mom, "Who is this man?"
但呢個郭培理神俾佢一個太太，真係做咗佢好多嘅事。時常要打電話俾佢太太，同啲仔一齊講。
And Ruth was very diligent. She spent a lot of time explaining to the kids about the father.
打開收音機咧，俾大家仔一齊聽父親嘅講道。
And she turned on the radio and listened to his father's preaching.
根據記載咧，佢有時候就同佢郭培理寫講章。
Sometimes she even drafted Billy's sermon.
雖然佢屋企有好多嘅問題
，even though that there are a lot of issues in their families，
但而家全家佢嘅下一代全部係侍奉神。
But his generation was serving the Lord faithfully now.
第二個人我要介紹咧就係叫 Nick， 佢係佈道家嚟。
Second one I want to introduce is Nick Volching, and he's an evangelist.
佢係冇手冇腳嘅佈道家。
He does not have any limbs.
佢係一個捷克人。
He's a Czech.
收尾咧移民去澳洲。
So then he immigrated to Australia.
從細喺澳洲受教育。
So he was brought up and educated in Australia.
小學時俾人哋欺負。
And he was being picked on when he was in elementary school.
因為佢同第個人唔同。
Because he was different.
佢一度話佢要自殺。
He wanted to commit suicide.
生活冇意思。
There's no meaning to life.
佢話我唔會有老婆，唔會有家庭。
I would not be able to have a wife or family.
咁佢話呢個人有意思。
What is the point of living?
但佢嘅父親係一牧師，繼續嘅鼓勵佢勇敢生活落去。
But his father was a pastor, and he encouraged him to continue his life.
咁佢就決定咧，俾神嚟到用佢。
He decided that he wanted to be used by God.
佢到處同啲年輕人學生講道。
He was preaching to the young people.
已經好出名。
Very famous.
有一次佢嚟到美國。
One time he went to the States.
總統都要見佢。
Even president wanted to see him.
副總統都要見佢。
Vice president wanted to meet him.
咁都唔出奇，呢啲總統、副總統係人嘅，係嘛？但我哋睇到神點樣祝福呢個人。
And we want to see how God actually blessed this man.
佢有一次喺侯斯頓報道嘅時候。
One time he was preaching in Houston.
個完咗都過嚟咧，唔係同佢握手，即係打下佢聲，講多謝。
Most people when they came up, they want to give him a hug and say thank you.
佢曾經講過，佢話我唔會有老婆嘅。
He has said himself once that he will never have a wife.
我唔會有家室嘅。
I will never have a family.
神嘅工作喺呢一日，我哋睇到佢。
But God did His work.
有一個女仔行去多謝佢嘅時候，兩佢一眼，個報道話佢哋發電。
One time, there's this girl that came through after the meeting. Their eyes really contacted each other.
咁咧呢個女仔咧，佢嘅母親咧係一個墨西哥人。
The mother of this girl was Hispanic background.
父親係日本人。
Her father is Japanese.
咁佢兩個 旺嘅時候咧，大家就好中意大家。
So love at first sight.
呢個女仔，佢就中意佢。婚後人哋問佢：你點會中意呢個男人㗎？
And afterward, people were asking this girl, why? What do you like about Nick?
佢嘅答覆係：我都唔知，我一見鍾情。
She said, I don't know, but it's just love at first sight, I guess.
呢啲唔係神嘅工作咩？
Is this not the work of God?
唔止佢哋拍拖，11月嘅時候佢就已經向佢求婚。
And not only were they dating, and by November, that he was proposing to her.
佢唔可以跪喺度求婚，佢只有耷低個頭去求婚。
He cannot kneel down to propose, so he just bowed his head to propose.
呢個女仔咧就跳咗起身喊應承。
So this girl jumped up and said yes.
佢好愛呢個男仔。
She loved him.
跟住咧佢哋談愛情。
They were in the courtship.
咁佢訂婚嘅時候，佢用個嘴嚟到含住個戒指鋪落佢個女仔嘅手度。
So during the engagement, he used his mouth to carry the rings to put on to her finger.
咁跟住佢哋結婚。
So they got married.
佢屋企人咧就一齊慶祝佢嘅結婚。
The whole family was celebrating their wedding.
咁呢個仲唔係完咯？神嘅賜俾我哋嘅嘢咧，真係多過我哋所需要。
What God blesses us sometimes is beyond our imagination. This is not the end.
神祝福佢，俾佢娶咗個老婆唔止喎。
Not only God giving him a good wife.
大仔生出嚟，二仔喺個肚度嚟。
This is the oldest son, and then the second son is in her tummy.
咁樣仲唔止，神要俾對孖女。
And afterward, they gave them twins.
一家四口。
So they have 4 children.
你一家全家福。
This is the whole family.
我哋睇到咧，我哋真係喺神嘅家俾我哋嘅家中，我哋要做個好好嘅宣言。
We see that when we proclaim God in our home,
我哋需要注意我哋嘅仔點樣將呢棵樹用神嘅話嚟教導。
we need to focus on how to bring them up with the Word of God.
我哋嘅侍奉唔單喺教會度，喺我哋嘅外邊嘅侍奉都係要忠心。
So when we serve, not only at home, but also in church and outside, we need to be faithful.
因為我覺得我哋喺外邊做嘢賺錢咧，同牧師喺教會做嘢冇乜分別。
Sometimes we think that when we go out and work, our job is no different than pastor serving at church.
如果我哋外邊做嘢，又喺裏邊做嘢又唔同嘅話，係我哋侍奉咗兩個主。
So if we treat serving at work and serving at church differently, then we might be serving 2 masters.
所以要注意，我哋喺外面做嘢都要誠實忠心。
So when we work outside, we need to be faithful and true.
最後第4樣，我哋係一個父親自己嘅屬靈嘅生活，要做好我哋屬靈所做嘅生活。
And the last one is that a father will need to practice spiritual formations.
屬靈嘅生活簡單啲就係我哋自己喺教會裏邊，你獨自同神一齊嘅時間。
The spiritual life involves that you would have a quiet time before the Lord.
咁我哋喺教會就要參加主日學、參加崇拜同埋我哋嘅團契。
And in church, we will serve faithfully, attend worship, Sunday school, and fellowship.
我哋雙語堂唯一嘅團契就係恩友團契。
Fellowship group, one of the fellowship group and bilingual is Friends of Jesus group.
一個月得一次啫。
They meet once a month.
2-3個鐘頭。
About 2-3 hours.
我哋學到好多嘢。
We learn a lot of things.
唔係淨止學嘢，我哋都有活動嘅。
Not only we learn things, we have different activities as well.
所以喺教會我哋係咁樣做改，去到外邊咧，我哋都係我哋嘅品行，我哋思維都係要根據聖經嘅教導。
And when we're outside of church, we also need to behave the same way. We need to have good reputations.
所以喺結束嗰陣時咧，我哋要鼓勵大家，我哋教會有一個口號就係話：如果你唔係主日學嘅老師嘅話，你就係主日學嘅學生。
And we have a thing at church which says that if you are not a Sunday school teacher, then you are automatically a Sunday school student.
我喺度 網上睇到有支歌係呢個叫做 Stuart Hamblin， 佢同郭培理一齊做宣道嘅時候，佢唱埋歌嘅，佢唱咗支歌關於主日學嘅歌。
And lastly, I want to share one song is by this brother called Stuart Hamblin, and he actually is a singer. He follows Billy Graham whenever he goes to the evangelistic meeting.
呢支歌咧就係叫我哋唔好淨係叫我哋嘅仔或者女去主日學，你要帶佢去一齊去。
This song is to tell us that don't just send your kids to Sunday school. You need to go together with them to Sunday school.
大家呢個1、2分鐘嘅，大家聽下呢支歌就結束今日同大家嘅分享。
And this will end my sermon, and it's about 2 to 3 minutes.